Hello, fellow lights and light travelers. Welcome to another reading. This week's reading is called The Golden Light Within. So we're going to go over the divine spark that you carry within you, how you can shine this light into the world, what is going to be healed or transformed, transmuted, okay, when you shine fully, and what your golden light will awaken in others. As I like to include, this is a snapshot of current energies, but also know that you are fully in control of your life, right? We all have free will here. So always take what resonates, leave the rest. I always do my readings with the intent of putting forth the highest good for everyone that I read for. And I only bring in high vibrational, loving energy. So, take with that what you will. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and let's get moving into this reading. Let's go. All right, let's shuffle. All right. So the Five of Cups is going to be answering the question, what divine spark do you carry within? So with the Five of Cups, this is normally a person that's focused, right, on things that they've lost and not the things that they still have going on, right? So they're normally, this is typically shown with a couple of the cups spilled, and then there's two that are upright, and the person in the picture is normally have their eyes on the things that have spilled and not the things that still remain, right? The way this is coming through for me, of this divine spark you carry within, feels to me like there may have been losses in this life, in this experience, but you still have so much more to give, and you still have this spark within you. You still have this light. You still have hope. You still have joy. Not all is lost, and your spark that you carry within, the essence of you, has not been dimmed, has not been put out, and is going to venture forth as a light in this world as you reclaim and you shine that light. So let's take a moment to connect with the cards and see what else is coming through. Immediately, I'm looking at the cup standing up, and the phrase that came into my head is, I'm still standing. So I don't know if you guys have heard that song. It's an older song, and they recently kind of redid it in some cartoons and stuff. So it's like Elton John's I'm Still Standing. Immediately that came into my head. So your divine spark is like, yeah, I am still standing. I am here. Like, this feels defiant. This feels like my light will not be put out. I am here. Okay, so that divine spark that you carry within you is strong. Like, it doesn't matter what will happen in this lifetime. You will not be put out. You are still standing, and you're still standing gloriously, right? I feel like I'm also drawn to the reflections. And what's interesting is this one's kind of missing in the reflection. So it feels like, in spite of the illusions, you know your true self. You know that You are full. You know that you are complete. You know that you will not be put out. You know that you are a strong light. So this is not what I'm feeling. This is not about, oh, I'm looking at all that's lost. This is my spark remains. The illusions that might say that, oh, this is no good and this is past. No, I am still here. And what is meant for me will always be. And what has fallen by the wayside was meant to fall by the wayside, because either it wasn't meant for me or it was a lesson that I was meant to learn and move apart from. So not everything stays in your life for all of your life, right? Those of us that are older, not that I'm old, thank you. For those of us that have a little life experience, we know that, not everybody that you were friends with growing up are still in your life, or, you have exes for a reason, right? People come into your lives for seasons. We have the seasons, right? If you look at Mother Earth, you have spring, you have summer, you have fall, you have winter. It goes through these changes, right? The trees do not mourn the loss of their leaves because they know that they are going to bloom again, stronger, beautiful, and they're going to go through the changes. And it's this beautiful thing. And we are, as humans, as humanity, waking up to the fact that we have to honor these changes within us and, love what came before, but be okay moving into these new seasons. So this is you still standing in your divinity, in your spark that shall not be put out. This is beautiful. Okay. So normally the Emperor upright, means taking action, having that personal power. With this card, what we're reading on is how you can shine your light in the world. Since this is reversed, right? I feel like this is less about using your masculine energy and more about stepping into your feminine energy, right? So this feels like the way you are going to shine your light into the world feels more like we're not going to be using this push of power. You are being asked or invited to step into this intuition, this feminine energy, right? Where we want the reverse of this emperor energy that is kind of claiming his throne. This feels like a knowing of your power without having to show a fierce force of power. This is, I flow, I live, I breathe, I embody. Through my embodying, I claim my feminine energy. This doesn't mean that masculine energies are bad, but in this case, you're being invited to light and shine your light through that feminine intuition, through that feminine connection, through that divine feminine. Normally the hanged man is upside down. It almost feels like this is also that change of perspective, right? So when you have this upright, it's this man in this chair kind of, sitting with his legs spread open. He's kind of very bold about this. I'm going to hold this just like this, just in case. I don't want to get flagged. So, but you have him sitting in his chair, very much claiming his space. But when you have it like this, right, it almost feels like you're being tethered to the divine. You're changing your perspective. You won't be released. What's the word I'm looking for? You are not going to be disconnected, thrown out. It's not going to be like this cord snaps if you're bunging, right? This is, I am fully connected, and you're connecting through your divine. This also, interestingly enough, has that red and golden energy. So what I'm feeling excuse me, this is more like you're rooted. This feels passion. This feels like divinity. You, in your passions, in your connection to divinity, in your stepping into your feminine, this is going to allow you to shine your light, not in a forceful way, but in a flowing, intuitive, beautiful way. So yes, that's what I'm getting for that card. Beautiful. So for the next card, we're going over what will be healed or transformed when you shine fully. So temperance is about maintaining balance, moderation. This is about harmony and divine timing. Okay, so what is going to be healed or transformed or transmuted is bringing back in that harmony, that balance that you've been waiting for. Let's see. Immediately I hear I'm at peace. I'm drawn to this little feather offering. So this feels like your ancestors, your guides, your angels kind of giving you this offering so that you have a knowing of peace, of harmony. I hear connect into yourself. I'm kind of hearing like, right? This sigh of relief is going to come, right? This, what's going to be healed and transmuted and transformed is bringing in this peace and this harmony that you've been feeling, that you've been wanting. It's coming, right? By doing this, by shining your light, by stepping into your feminine energy, by knowing your fullness and your spark that cannot be put out. This knowing that you're coming into will finally offer you this sense of peace and balance and harmony that you've been wishing for. Yeah, I'm just hearing tranquility. This just feels like the softest, most nurturing hug, embrace, right? That like, it's okay. I've got you. It's okay. All is well. I feel like that's a strong, strong message that comes through from the other side. All is well. You are loved. You are held. There is balance. There is harmony. Know that you are safe. So that previous, perhaps viewpoint, feeling, experience of not having that harmony and not having that balance, this is going to be transmuted and it's going to be changed into this beautiful energy, this knowing. Beautiful. So interestingly enough, the Two of Pentacles, right? We're going to be answering what my golden light awakens in others. And this is again about balance. Okay, so this is balancing your priorities in your life. So by you shining your light and you stepping into your feminine energy, it's going to transmute that old feeling of disharmony, of things not working, right? Of disbalance. And you're going to find that harmony and you're going to find that balance. And by doing this and shining your light for yourself, the light it's going to shine in others and what it's going to do for others, what it's going to awaken in others is also balance. So you're going to be gifting this to yourself. And as a result, it's going to gift it to others, right? I always say, and I don't know if you've seen my previous videos or if this is the first time here, and if it's your first time here, welcome. And if it's not, then, thank you for returning. But one thing I do tend to say is, right, people ask what you can do in this world to make a difference. And for me, the way I feel and what I've been seeing through things, from back in the day, from, the Socratic methods and Aristotle and all those people, they would always say, know thyself. The ancient mystics would always say, know thyself. you know, Buddha and Jesus Christ, all these ascended masters have come to earth to say, know thyself, connect within, heal yourself, step into your wholeness. So, you know, if you create that balance within you, right, it ripples out that energy. You know, if each of us were trying to find balance within ourselves, the world would be balanced because everybody, it would ripple out, right? So by doing this, it's saying, you know, your light is going to help create balance, right? You're balancing yourself. Not only is it a gift to you, but it's going to be a gift to others. And this is beautiful because it feels like, you know, the people coming together. This is like, this feels loving. This feels, we are both supporting and creating the support. We're creating the walls. We're creating the foundation for this balancing in this world. Our energies are coming together and we are aligning. We are aligning in connection, in peace, in harmony. Oh, I go, oh, because like for me, this is right, something that I feel is so needed in this world. So this is a beautiful, I feel like, message of hope, saying that, you know, and remembering your spark, and that your spark cannot be put out, and stepping into that intuition and feminine energy, and that transmutation of, I can create a difference without having it to be through force and through anger and through fighting, right? It's going to bring in this harmony for you, which is then going to bring harmony for others. And others are going to awaken their lights, and they are going to find their connection and their light and their harmony, their balance, their peace. This is beautiful, right? This is as within, so without, as above, so below. This is, as you change your inner world and you shine your light, it's going to reflect as such. It's going to also become that balance for others. It's going to become mirrored, right? That energy is going to become mirrored and met, right? If you meet violence with violence, you know, that just creates more havoc. If you come peacefully and they come peacefully, right? We're going to have this beautiful alignment, connection, transformation, foundation, this new era of coming together in balance and harmony. I love this. This is beautiful. I am going to pull a oracle card. I got a new one in from Kickstarter. So this is going to be my first time using this deck. It's called The Wings of Transformation by Janine Burgess. I hope I'm reading this correct. And let's see what message comes through for the collective with this reading. So let's do a little shuffling. Spirit, what else needs to come through for the collective for this golden light within reading? What else would like to come through for this collective? What else would like to come through for this collective? Spirit, what else would like to come through for this collective? What else would like to come through for this collective? let's see. Endurance. Okay. This says the Emperor Moth embodies endurance and transformation, emerging only after a period of struggle. Beautiful. So we talked about those old times where things felt disharmonious, out of harmonious energies, excuse me. Life's challenges are essential to your evolution, each moment of hardship marking a milestone of triumph. Whether facing past trauma or ongoing adversity, your courage to meet those challenges head on is rewarded. You reemerge stronger and more aligned with your truest nature. That's beautiful, because I talked about, coming into this harmony, this sense of balance, and how you're doing this and you're coming into harmony and balance is going to also inspire others to become more aligned, right? We talked about that alignment, that balance with your truest nature. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. Curious if there's more in this book. Let's pull it up. Okay, so the guidebook here says, okay, endurance is a quiet strength guiding you through challenges with resilience and grace. The Emperor Moth teaches perseverance in the face of adversity, encouraging you to trust your inner fortitude, that inner strength, your inner light, right? This was, I am still standing, right? I said what came through. I love it when thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. You were like, I am still standing. So that is that endurance piece coming through. Your light will not be dimmed. It cannot be dimmed, okay? That's your endurance. That is your strength, okay? And like they said, this is quiet strength. This isn't I'm pushing with force. This is that feminine, intuitive energy that's coming through, that inner strength, right? That flowing river. This isn't explosions and fire and, earthquakes. This is the river that keeps calmly flowing, and that over time, whittles its path through the rocks or whatever it needs to, right? This is a current that cannot be stopped, a flowing within you, that spark that cannot be put out. The Emperor Moth teaches perseverance in the face of adversity, encouraging you to trust your inner fortitude, stay steady and steadfast. This is a journey of enduring growth. Okay, so expanded, the Emperor Moth, with its ability to thrive in diverse conditions, symbolizes the power of persistence. Unlike its more vibrant butterfly counterparts, the moth's muted beauty reflects the strength found in subtlety and determination. Its nocturnal nature reminds us that endurance often grows in the unseen moments of our lives, where patience and faith lead the way. When this card appears, it asks you to trust in your capacity to withstand life's trials. You may be navigating a prolonged challenge or working towards a long-term goal. Draw on the wisdom of the Emperor Moth and remember that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your destination. Thank you. So beautiful. You endure. Your light does not go out. Your intuition, okay, right? This is reversing. We're not doing that male energy. We're stepping into our female energy. This is how we are going to, shine our light into the world. We're not doing it by force, we're doing it by flow, okay? That is going to then bring through that transformation, that healing, that bringing in that harmony and that balance. And by doing this, the light that you shine is going to bring balance for others as well. Your energy is going to affect their energy. Your example of your perseverance, your intuition, and your balancing yourself, your peacefulness, okay, is going to then inspire others that are then going to shine their lights. Your light will then help them to see their light, and it's going to help to bring this balance. So you're going to be more aligned and stronger with your truest nature. And your truest nature is that of love, of connection, of divinity. So I love this for you. I think this is a beautiful message. I appreciate you all being here with me. If this interests you and getting a personal reading, I do offer them through my Etsy. I thank you for your time, for being here. Again, remember, you have free will, so whatever choices you choose to make, You know, it is yours alone. This does not mean that anything is set in stone. If you like this, you know, you are invited to heed this advice and, you know, step into this remembrance of yourself and your strength and your divinity and your light. I send you high intention, loving intention. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. And thank you again for giving me your time. And I look forward to seeing you at the next reading. Bye.